I saw this TikTok and I thought it was interesting, right? I think it goes with tonight's kind of theme or viewpoints. So let's check it out.
Sometimes it's hard to work with other black women. Like a lot of y'all are just so fucking combative and so angry for no reason. Like I came to check up on you because you seem all sad and down and whatnot. The first thing you do is make these stupid ass facial expressions. I'm okay. Then you turn around and say I don't talk to nobody unless they say something to me first. Like, bitch, what? Like, ho, you're not special. Saying hello goes both ways. And with that combative ass attitude, I can see why nobody says anything to you first. Like, I hate being around black women who are always so fucking angry. Like, damn, bitch, you ain't never happy? That's one stereotype about black women that's true. Cause most black women they hate each other. Most of them are always upset and they always have an attitude for no reason. It's just like, calm the fuck down. Go touch some grass or something. Go to the water park. Like, go have a cocktail or something. You sit up here and wonder why I'm always trying to avoid you. Like, bitch, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around that bullshit ass energy. Like, damn, ho, you be sitting up here turning anthills into mountains. And it don't even be that fucking serious. Sometimes.
Here's a black woman saying it, right? But this is a thing where it kind of goes along with like why I said this, right? I've said this before. As women age, they become red flags. As women gain life experience, they become bigger red flags. Because life experience will only beget, or majority of the time, it will only beget trauma, right? So let's say this, right? 18. You're 18. A woman's 18. Fresh out of whatever, high school, shit like that. She gets with one man. Now, one man treated her terribly. Boom, trauma. At 18, one man. 24, boom. Deal with another man, trauma. Let's say this. 26, 20, 27, 28, boom, so on, so on. 30, boom, so on, so on. More trauma. Dealing with terrible men. Because honestly, women pick terrible men. Women are terrible at picking men, right? Women are terrible at picking men. So one of the things that make women bitter, that makes women hard to deal with, combative, aggressive, is the trauma they receive from the men they chose, right? Yes, life will always put you trauma too, but honestly, I think a lot of people's traumatic experience is with the opposite gender. So this is the thing where I've said this, right? Is that that is what women need to be more selective about. Like, don't get into a relationship with just anybody. Don't have sex with just anybody. Don't have kids with just anybody. Because again, all those traumatic experiences, all those bad experiences will just make you worse. Will just make you a bad person to be with, a bad partner, someone you can't compromise with, someone you can't deal with. All those experiences only add up and make you a worse person to be with. Okay, even around, like, let's say friendship, right? All those, you're distrusting of people. You probably, like, now you may have bad tendencies, like you may cheat, shit like that, right? All those traumatic experience. This is the thing, right? You goes and think like, why do women's past matter? Why do body counts matter? Because again, the more you experience, the more likely you gained trauma from those experiences. It's highly unlikely that, throughout the years of your life, you only gain positive experiences in your life, right? Highly unlikely, because that's practically impossible in my opinion, right? So because the more time you spend in life doing your things, making your choices in life, you most likely make bad choices, right? And those bad choices will just turn you ugly, turn you bitter, and it'll just make you an angry person. So this is the thing where, can you be surprised that an older man, right, who's maybe at a place where, you know what, he's better, he's a good spot in his life, will go for a younger woman where she hasn't gone through as much trauma as, let's say, a woman that's his age, right? She's probably not as bitter, not as hard to deal with, not as chaotic, right? Can't be surprised, right? I'm not saying I'm a big supporter of age gap dating, because honestly, it's not really that big as people point it out, because not many people do that, right? People usually date within their age range, But you can't be surprised that men would date much younger women. You can't be surprised that men are now thinking about, you know what? What's your body count? Because again, your body count most likely shows you that, you know, you dealt with a lot of men. And a lot of those men most likely put trauma onto you, right? Build walls that the next man now has to destroy or climb over. That's the significance of body count or age gap dating. Those are things that, you know what, men do not want to deal with. Men don't want to deal with your chaoticness, your bitterness, your trauma-filled emotional attacks or whatever, right? Men don't like it. They don't want to deal with it. It is hard because, again, I dated women where, wow, she was so traumatic, right? She had so much problems. And I was like, you know what? I just got to know you, right? We just went on 1 or 2 dates. I really don't want to do that now. I really don't want to deal with a woman that's so trauma-filled. I just got to know you. It's not like we've been in a marriage for 10 years and, you know, you now you have something to deal with where now we have to do this together. No, I just got to know you and you are insane. So men don't want to deal with that shit. Period. Right? You're not old sympathy. You're not old understanding. You're not old a man going through your trauma-filled life, right? Your trauma-filled personality. To who knows? Like, this is the thing, right? I've been in so many relationships trying to be the white knight, trying to be the man that saves a woman, right? And then what did I get? Right? What did I get? She still leaves me, treats me terribly, treats me wrong, treats me shitty. Like, I still get the results that were shitty. So really, yeah, learn from that. That's why a lot of older men have learned from that shit. Why do I want to now still deal with women with so much trauma when I wanted to save her, when I wanted to be there for her? I still get treated like shit. So you know what? I'd rather go with women that's not trauma-filled. That's the thing, right? That's the thing that a lot of people got to understand, that, you know what? Women don't want to build with men. Cool, right? Cool. So understand the flip side where men don't want to deal with trauma-filled, bitter, old-ass women. They don't. Right? Is it possible to find a woman your age that's not trauma-filled, that's not bitter? Yeah, possible. Is it highly likely? Maybe not, right? So don't be surprised, right? There's always a flip side, right? Like I said, women don't want to build with men, right? They want already built men, already successful men. Cool. On the flip side, men don't want to deal with bitter ass old women. They rather deal with younger women who's not the bitter type, aggressive type, the combative type, the chaotic type. So don't be surprised. This is the thing where if women have a preference of one way, there is a preference from the men's side too, right? Do not be surprised that men have a pretty much a kind of a mirror opposite to women's preferences. And I'm the thing where I'm at the point where I don't, you know, whatever preference you have, good on you, right? So, I don't know. What do you guys think?